Hello everyone, this is Mahendra. In this video, we are going to discuss about the elements of geometry. This is the second video of this chapter. In the previous video, we have seen that history of geometry, as well we have discussed about Pythagorean triplets. Okay, so now in this video, we are going to discuss about Euclid's axioms, right? Yeah, let us get into topic. Pythagoras is a student of Thales. So Pythagoras is from Ionia place, which is in Greek. So finally Pythagoras is a Greek mathematician. So he has given the proof for Pythagoras theorem. Okay, and one more mathematician, Euclid. He is from Alexandria, which is in Egypt. So the Elements book is famous, which had written by Euclid. Okay, the Elements consist of 13 books. Okay, so the most of the geometry concepts are taken from the Elements only. So let us get into topic. Euclid has given 7 axioms. Okay, right here. Before going to that, we shall learn about what is axiom and what is postulate. These two terms are given in our textbook. Yeah. So before going to that, look at here statement. So we have seen different types of statements, whether they are true or false. Okay, the statement can be true or maybe false, or maybe true or maybe false. Okay, so in this mathematics, these maybe concepts may not take, because we have to tell whether it is true or false. Okay, mathematics depends on accuracy, okay, certainty. So there is no chance for maybe statements. Okay, right. Look at the examples here. Sun rises from east. Yes, obviously true it is. Okay, and the sun rises from west. It is a exactly false statement. Okay, we can say this is exactly true, this is exactly false. Okay, there is no chance for a maybe or may not be like that statements. Okay, in mathematics, right? So mathematical statement, whether they are true or false. In true, we have again two types: universal truths and truth with proofs. Okay, so universal truths are true at anywhere. Okay, as well truth with proof means we have to give proof for that statement here. Okay, this is the situation here, right? Here if you see here, universal truths two types. One is axiom, another one is postulate. See, obvious. So universal truths, they are everywhere true, and postulates assume truth without proof. Okay, so there is no proofs for postulates or self-evident. They are self-evident. Okay, right. So here these axioms are, we shall use in anywhere or any subjects, but these postulates specific in geometry only, specific in geometry, right? Look at here. Obvious universal truths are called axioms, and assumed truth without proof or as self-evident, which are used in geometry only, they are called postulates. I hope you understand. Right, let us discuss about axioms. Euclid given these 7 axioms here. Look at here. Things which are equal to same things are equal to one another. And second one, if equals are added to equals, the wholes are also equal. Third one, if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders also equal. Fourth one, things which coincide with one another are parallel to one another. And fifth one, the whole is greater than part. Sixth one, things which are double of the same things are equal to one another. Seventh one, things which are halves of the same things are equal to one another. So these are the axioms given by Euclid. Let us discuss about detail. This is the first axiom. Things which are equal to same things are equal to one another. Let's see the example. So if A is equals to B and C equals to B, okay, so here both RHS parts are same, so we can equal directly A equals to C by Euclid's first axiom, isn't it? Let us see here. So here both the RHS parts are, we have B, so from that we can equal A equals to C by this property, things which are equal to same things. Okay, here A and C are equal to same thing B, so that A is also equal to C. I hope you understand. Look at the second axiom. If equals are added to equals, the wholes are also equal. Look at the example for this. If A equals to B and C is added to both A and B, both sides we are adding C, what becomes? It becomes A plus C is equals to B plus C. So look at here, if equals are added to equals, so we know that A equals to B. Okay, so I am taking one more equal, that is C, to both sides. So A plus C is equals to B plus C. Already A equals to B, they are equal, and I am adding one more equal, that is C, to A and B, that is A plus C is equals to B plus C. Okay, this sum is also equal to one another. Okay, is it clear? I hope you understand. Next, third axiom. If equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. So look at here, in the previous we have seen A equals to B. Okay, so suppose I am subtracting from A and B C is subtracting from both A and B, it becomes A minus C is equals to B minus C. The result gives also equal to one another. This is equal to this and this is equal to this. Let us see here. If A equals to B, C is subtracted from both, we get A minus C is equals to B minus C, which is equal to one another. Okay, let us go for fourth axiom. Things which coincide with one another are equal to one another. Look at here, this PQ is a line, okay, as well as QP is also a line from this direction. Okay, both are coincide here. Okay, this is a PQ line, as well as we can call this as QP also. So both lines are coincides here. It means PQ is equals to QP. Things which are coincide with one another are equal to one another. Okay, so here coincide things are equal to each other. Okay, I hope you understand. Coincides things are equal to each other or one another. Let us see one more example. See here, ABC is an angle here. Okay, angle ABC is a angle. So this angle we can write in this direction also. CBA also, we can write CBA also. Okay, so that is nothing but angle ABC is equals to angle CBA. Angle does not change here, angle is at B only. Okay, this way of seeing changes here. right? Yeah, ABC coincides with angle CBA. Okay, this is coincides with this. Okay, both are same, so coincides things are equal. Next, the whole is greater than the part. Yeah, we know that the whole is always greater than the part. Let's see the example. Yeah, if you observe here, this A is a rectangle, so in that B is one more rectangle which is subpart in the A. Okay, so the A is greater than B here because B is a part in A, so A is called whole part and B is the part in A. Okay, so always A is greater than B only. Is it clear? Right. Next, things which are double of the same things are equal to one another. Let us see the example for this. Yeah, you can see here. So A is equals to 2B and C is equals to 2B. Okay, so things which are double of the same things. Okay, so here A is doubled 2B and C equals to 2B. These two parts are equal to A and C because both the RHS parts are same. We can equal the LHS parts. Okay, so let us take actually A equals to B and C equals to B. If you double the RHS part, it becomes A equals to 2B and C is also 2B. We can equal this A and C. I hope you understand. Right. Next, seventh one. Things which are halves of the same things are equal to one another. So suppose take A equals to B and C equals to B. Okay, so if you make A is equals to B by 2, C is also B by 2, we can directly write A is equals to C, isn't it? Is it clear? See, A equals to B by 2 and C equals to B by 2. So things which are halves, so these A and C are half of the B by 2 and here A and C are equal. Okay, so here all the property, all the axioms look like the same but they are different. Okay,